The following Original Six matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 1 and a new time frame in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. We're back in the original six as the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings will take a crack and see if they can try to beat the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Your starting netminders for Game 1 is going to be Ken Dryden for the 76-77 Habs, and Jimmy Howard will be in net for the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. With that being said, for Montreal, the adjustments have been made. Ken Dryden will gain one shot star, so he will go from a 2 or 3 with a dot to a 3 or a 4 with a dot on the shot save. With that being said, a fresh new set of 60 minutes is on the clock. Let's see how many games we can get in with this one. With that in mind, let's get game underway. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin Game 1 with a home scoring chance of a 42. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. You bet we got contenders on the Red Wings. It's either Zetterberg, Hudler, Datsuk, or Lidstrom. I think we're going to give it to the newly minted Hall of Famer, Pavel Datsuk. Datsuk was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame earlier this season, so congrats to him. And he does have a triangle, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden. Hopefully he can make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. Otherwise, it will be a goal. It will be a goal as the Red Wings do get on the board. It's 1-0, courtesy of Pavel Datsuk. And one assist will be handed out of the play. How about it? The Euro twins, Henrik Zetterberg, will connect with Pavel Datsuk on that goal. And we continue on in this 5th minute here of this first period. Visitor scoring chance of a 23. Home goalie must make spec save. Jimmy Howard's is really not familiar with these, so he only has a 2 spec save rating. So a 1 or a 2 will give him the spec save. It will. Nobody will flip, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between both players in 5. That's Robinson and Cronwall. We're looking for star. Both guys have star. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check again. So again, when double sixes come up, I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is a reroll to get the player that will be issuing the quality check. That'll be Kyle Quincy for the Red Wings. And Pierre Bouchard for the Habs. The quality we're looking for is skill. Kyle Quincy does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden. Hopefully he can make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does so, keeping this game right at 1-0 here in Game 1 of this time frame here at the old Joe Louis Arena here in Detroit. Quality check. So again, anybody on the wings against player number 4, that's John Van Boxmeer. So again, we'll roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, that's Yuri Hudler. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and that will do it for the first period here in Detroit with your score of 1-0 in favor of the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. Penalty check between players 5 and 3. That's Cronwall and Mahavlich. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 3. That's Kyle Quincy and Jacques Lemaire. We're looking for power. Ooh, Kyle Quincy's going to win power as he moves in on Ken Dryden. Hopefully he can make a play save. A 4 or 5 with a dot will do so. 5 and a blank won't do it. Kyle Quincy gives the Red Wings their second goal of this ball game. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It looks like we're going to give 1 to... Ooh, pick your poison. I do want to keep at least 1 square and 1 circle out there. So Lidstrom and Helm will be out of it. The first assist will go to Cleary, and the second assist will go to Holmstrom. On the Kyle Quincy goal. And Lemaire needs to flip. We stay put here in the 10th minute of the second period. Visitor scoring chance of a 66. Mike, it's a choice home player scoring is going to be a choice home player scores a goal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 2, that's Todd Bertuzzi scoring the goal, and it's 3-0 Wings. And 2 assists on the play. Filppula and I'm going to go with Lidstrom. So it'll be from Bertuzzi, from Filppula, and Lidstrom. And all of a sudden, the Habs are in shock. Like, how are these Red Wings getting these lucky bounces here? Yeesh. And we stay put. 2 down, 2 down, and 4 more to go before this segment ends automatically. Home scoring chance of a 43. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Oh, you bet we do. We have takers, either Zetterberg or Hudler. Let's go with Hudler. Yuri Hudler will move in on Ken Dryden. Hopefully he can make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so. And we move on to the next segment. Oh, triple fours. This is going to be a fight plus a momentum shot. Do we have any takers? Oh, we do. Place your bets between Brad Stewart and Mario Tremblay. Who's it going to be? The bell sounds, and here we go. 5. Home player lands a punch. So it's 1-0 Detroit. 2-0 Detroit. Or excuse me, 1. Visitor player lands a punch. So it's 1-1. Referee steps, so it's tied at 1-1, but the ref says play on. Tremblay 2, Montreal 2, Detroit 1. High five player, rated player lands a punch. Tremblay, so it's 3-1 Montreal. 4-1 Montreal. And ref breaks up the fight. So Mario Tremblay will win the fight over Brad Stewart, as Mario Tremblay will move in on Jimmy Howard, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. And he will do so. Mario Tremblay, he got credited for the fight win. They're loving it here at the Joe Louis Arena. 2 original 6 rivals, each from different eras. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 1 and 4. That's Zetterberg and Lapointe. We're looking for skill. Ooh, both guys have skill, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance to begin the third period here. It's a 3-0 lead for the Wings. It's a 40, and the roll is 41. Home player in 5, that's Nicholas Cronwall. He creates a goal with the quality roll of power or a triangle. Although Cronwall does not have a triangle, he does have power, so he's going to wind up that slap shot of his. And as that puck zings towards the net of Ken Dryden, 4 or 5 with a dot, he stops it. 5 with a dot will do so. He stops Cronwall's shot from going past him. That was a great save. And we move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 43. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. You bet your butt we do. We have Yvonne Cournoyer or Larry Robinson. I think I'm going to give it to Cournoyer. So we're going to go with Yvonne Cournoyer moving in on Jimmy Howard, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. And he will do so, keeping this game right where it's at of 3-0. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between player number 1, that's Tomas Holmstrom, against anybody on the ice for the Habs. We're looking for the quality of smart. It's not going to be Van Boxmeer, so it's either going to be Robinson, Jarvis, Ho, or Wilson. I think we'll let the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 5, or 1, 2, 3, or 5, 6, 4, or 6 is a reroll. That'll be Doug Jarvis. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 23. Visitor goalie must make a spec save. Oh, Ken Dryden is not too familiar with this one. He needs to make a 1 or 2 to stop the Red Wings shot here. Can't, and it's 4-0 in favor of Detroit. And it looks like the Wings are going to probably take game 1 of this time frame. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be Valtteri Filppula scoring the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It'll be Quincy getting the first assist. And we'll go with Danny Cleary. So Filppula from Quincy and Cleary here as it's 4-0 Detroit. And they are just manhandling the Habs here in game 1 of this time frame matchup. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against Maury Wilson. Well, either way, I think we'll give Wilson a shot. We're going to send Tyler. I almost said Tyler. What am I saying? Todd Bertuzzi to the box, as Montreal will have one more shot at possibly have one more shot at the Red Wings here to get on the board. He's moving in on Howard as he needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. 5 with a dot will do so. Stop the clock. Oh man, what a victory for Team NHL and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings as they hang on to beat Montreal by a final score of 4-0 here in game 1 of this time frame matchup. So again, if you are tuning in on the full time frame playlist, game 2 will be coming up shortly. But if you're tuning in on the single game playlist for this project, game 2 of this series will be posted very shortly. But if you're watching this in the near future, it will be already up on my channel. So with that being said, game 1 will go to the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings by a final score of 4-0. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Currently, the 2011-2012 Red Wings currently lead their counterparts from the original six, the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens, 1-0, and they are just looking to become Team NHL's third team to beat the 76-77 Habs. Will that be possible? Let's find out in Game 2. Joey McDonald will start for the Wings, as he will be stripped of one shot save star. And behind the net for the Habs will be Michel Larocque, as we get set for Game 2 with 47 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock. Let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a penalty check between players 1 and 2. That is Chartraw and Yuri Hudler. Oh, it looks like Chartraw is going to go to the box, as Yuri Hudler will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop the power play attempt. And he will do so, as the Wings are 0 for 1 on the express power play in this game. And we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between players 5 and 1. That is Larry Robinson and Henrik Zetterberg. We're looking for the quality of smart. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 15. Home goalie must make play saves, so a 4 or 5 with a dot will make the stop. We'll do so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 3 and 4. That's Mahavlich and Lidstrom. It looks like both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that's going to do it for the first period here at the Forum in Montreal. As our score remains tied at 0 apiece. We'll begin the second period with a quality check between both players in 3. That's Darren Helm for the Wings and Jacques Lemaire for the Habs. We're looking for the quality of speed. Both guys have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of 55. Home player in 5, that's Pierre Bouchard. He stops a goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Oh, Pierre Bouchard, no. He does not have star, and he does not have a square, so therefore therefore the Wings will get on the board. It's 1-0. And let's see who scored that goal. 5. It's choice players. So again, we'll roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player number 5, that's Nick Cronwall, that's going to score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about it? The Mule, Johan Franzen and Dan Cleary will be your assist takers on the Nick Cronwall goal, on the ice-breaking goal by Nicholas Cronwall. We will stay put here in this this 10th minute of the second period with a quality check between players 2 and 1. That's Rajan Hol against Tomasz Holmstrom. We're looking for the quality of skill. Both guys have skill, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between player 2, that's Mario Tremblay, and anybody on the ice for the Wings. We're looking for the quality of star. Well, the only guys out there on the ice that have star are Pavel Datsyuk and Brad Stewart. I do want to keep those two triangles out there just in case. So we're going to go with Brad Stewart. We're looking for star, and it looks like Brad Stewart's going to win that one, as Mario Tremblay does not have star. So Brad will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Score remains 1-0 as we head to the 15th. As we head to the next segment here in this second period. We got a quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Doug Jarvis and Nicholas Lidstrom. We're looking for hits. Neither Lidstrom nor Jarvis has hit, and that's going to do it for the second period, with the Wings up 1-0 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Wings. I almost said the Habs. Jeez. We're looking for the quality of smart. Pick your poison between Filppula, Datsyuk, Stewart, and Quincy. How about we go right across from him with Brad Stewart, as he has smart, as he will win the quality check over John Van Boxmeer, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the stop, which he will do so. Quality check. We got anybody on the ice for the Habs against Pavel Datsyuk for smart. Pick your poison for anybody. If you want to get a guy out the ice, you might as well get a guy that has nearly most or all of the qualities. So I think we're gonna go with Yvonne Cournoyer, as Datsyuk and Cournoyer both have smart, and that's gonna do it for this segment here in this third period, with the Wings up 1-0 over their original 6, over an original 6 team in the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Visitor scoring chance of a 26. It reads, choice visitor player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. Oh, man, you better believe that. I'm going to give it to Valtteri Filppula, as he needs to roll a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the goal. 4 and a blank won't do it, as Michel Larocque will save that one. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check between player 5 and player number 2. That is Bouchard against Bertuzzi. We are looking for power. Both guys have power, and we are going to go to the empty net mini chart to decide this one. There we go. 4. The game is over. Stop the clock. Woo! In a close 1-0 game. Game 2 here. The Red Wings will take a 2-0 series. A 2-0 time frame lead over their counterparts from 1976-77 in the Montreal Canadiens over their original 6 counterparts in the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. With that being said, if you are tuning in on the full time frame playlist, Game 3 will be coming up right after the game summary. But if you are tuning in on the single game playlist, Game 3 will be up really shortly on my channel. And if you are watching this in the near future, both games, Game 3 will be up, will already be up. So with that being said, your final score here for Game 2, the Wings take it via a shutout from Joey McDonald by a final score of 1-0. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. Currently, the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings lead this time frame, winning 2-0. So in order for it to become an actual time frame, to make it really interesting, the Habs really need this one, which I'm really not going to lie, as the Red Wings surely have dominated, scoring only 4 goals so far to the Habs none. 5 goals. 5 goals total in this time frame matchup for the Wings to the Habs none. So if the Habs, if the 76-77 Habs really want to try to make this time frame interesting, they really need to score right here, right now. They need to start getting some goals past Jimmy Howard, who is the starting netminder for the Detroit Red Wings in Game 3, as Ken Dryden hopes to stop the bleeding that is the Detroit Red Wings scoring a total of 5 total goals so far through the first 2 games of this time frame. With that being said, the adjustments have been made, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Into Game 3, will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin with a quality check between players 5 and 3. That is Kyle Quincy against Pete Mahovlich. And we're looking for the quality of star. It looks like Mahovlich is going to win that one, as he does have star. So he's going to be moving in on Jimmy Howard, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so. Jimmy Howard is standing up on his heels on that one. We move on to the next segment here with a visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves, so Jimmy Howard needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs get on the board. The Habs will get on the board, courtesy. Well, not sure who, but someone on the Habs will score, and we'll let you figure it out as I adjust the score on screen. There we go. 1-0 Habs lead, and let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to be pick your poison. Lemaire or Hole, Lapointe or Robinson. Oh, excuse me. It will be Lemaire or Jacques. It'll be Jacques Lemaire or Rajan Houle. I think we're going to give it to Rajan Houle on that one. And how many assists? 2 assists. So it will be Larry Robinson and Jacques Lemaire assisting Mr. Jean Hull on the 1-0 ice-breaking tally as the Habs scored their first goal of this time frame and lead Game 3 by a score of 1-0 over the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. Quality check between players 5 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. And the player in question will be Nicholas Kronwall for the Red Wings. And it looks like we're going to look for the quality of hits. The 2 guys out there that have hit are Bouchard and Tremblay. I think we're going to go with Tremblay to tie, as both guys have the same quality of hit. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 1 and 2. Henrik Zetterberg against Yvonne Cournoyer. And we're looking for the quality of skill. It looks like both Zetterberg and Cournoyer both have skills. And that will do it for that segment, with the Habs still in front, 1-0 over the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. Oh, triple fours. This is going to be a fight plus a momentum shot. Do we have any takers, though? Oh, unfortunately, we have takers on the Montreal Canadiens, but we don't have takers on the Red Wings. So it looks like no fight happens. That will be a no action. Referee just calls for a little roughing matchup, and that's going to be it for the first period, as the fans here at Joe Louis Arena wanted to see a fight. And it's not going to happen, as the Red Wings are down 1-0 to the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We start the second with a penalty check between players 1 and 4, Holmstrom and Guy Lapointe, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 61. Any home player with a square stops a visitor goal. Oh, you bet. Nicholas Lidstrom has that square, as he will stop the Montreal stops a Montreal goal opportunity, and that is going to do it for that segment here. And we move on. We got a penalty check between players 2 and 3. That's Yuri Hudler and Doug Jarvis. It looks like Yuri Hudler is going to go to the box, as Doug Jarvis will move in on Jimmy Howard, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will extend their lead. It's 2-0 over the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings, courtesy of Doug Jarvis. Let's see who assisted Mr. Jarvis on the play. Only 1 assist. It looks like it will be... I think we'll give it to Van Boxmeer. So Jarvis from Van Boxmeer will Van Boxmeer will assist Doug Jarvis on the 2-0 goal by the Montreal Canadiens. Gary Hudler needs to flip as well. And we will move on to the next segment. We'll continue on in this segment here. Home scoring chance of a 51. And it looks like visitor defense player in 2, that's Rajan Houl. He stops a Detroit opportunity to score a goal with the quality roll of smart or a square. Although he does not have a square, he does have smart, and that's going to be enough to stop Detroit from scoring here in this segment here as we move on to the next one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against player number 5, that's Pierre Bouchard. We are looking for the quality of speed. Ooh, pick your poison between Darren Helm or Valtteri Filppula. I think I'm going to keep that circle out there, and we're going to go with Filppula. So Filppula does have speed as he moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. 5 with a blank won't do it as the Wings get on the board, courtesy of Valtteri Filppula. Let's see who assisted him. 2 assists. It looks like Quincy, and we'll go with Quincy and Cleary assisting Valtteri Filppula on the 2-1 goal. But still the Habs lead by that score. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against player number 1, that is Yvonne Lambert. Almost every quality that we're looking for, but we're looking for the quality of star. I think I'm going to go with Brad Stewart. He does have star, so we will go with him. So both Brad Stewart and Yvonne Lambert both have star, and that's going to do it for the second period, but not before the Habs extend their 2-0 lead to follow it up by a goal by the Detroit Red Wings at the end of 40 minutes to make it 2-1 here in Game 3 of this time frame. Quality check between both players in 4. That's Lapointe and Lidstrom. Ooh, we're going to have a tie here with star. Both guys have star. And we will move on to the next segment here in the third period. Home scoring chance of a 62. This could be the Red Wings' chance to tie things, but unfortunately, any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Otherwise, it will be a goal, and we'll consider it to be a power play goal. And guess what? The Habs don't have a circle out there. It will be a tie ball game at 2 apiece. The Red Wings have crawled all the way back to score 2 goals to tie things up at 2. Let's see who scored the goal. 3, third best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice is Henrik Zetterberg. The second best is a tie between Cronwall and Bertuzzi. So the second best. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the second best is a tie between Bertuzzi, Helm, and Cronwall. So the third best guy out there on the ice is going to be Brad Stewart. I hate saying it, but it's going to be Brad Stewart scoring the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Zetterberg, and between Bertuzzi, Helm, or Cronwall. I do want to keep at least one circle out there. So we're going to go with Darren Helm assisting Zetterberg on the Brad Stewart game-tying goal. And these fans are liking the comebacks that they are seeing right here, right now from their hometown Red Wings. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 32. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. I think I'm going to go with. Pete Mahovlich. Pete Mahovlich needs to roll a 1 or 2 to make to score the rebound goal. And he does so. Pete Mahovlich will score the goal as the Habs take a goal right back from the Red Wings. It is a 3-2 ball game. As we see who assisted Mr. Mahovlich. 2 assists. It looks like it'll be Tremblay and we'll go with Tremblay and Van Boxmeer. Mahovlich from Tremblay and John Van Boxmeer will seal up the deal on that 3-2 lead for the Habs as we move on to the next portion of this segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves. So a 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. Which it will do so. Nobody will flip, and we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between players 1 and 4. That is Tomas Holmstrom against Guy Lapointe. We are looking for speed. Neither Holmstrom or Lapointe have speed, so we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check this time between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. So player number 4 in questioning is Nicholas Lidstrom, and we want a guy with 2 missing qualities, and we're looking for power. So the only 3 guys out there with power are Van Boxmeer, Bouchard, and Yvonne Cournoyer. So I do believe we are going to go with Cournoyer, as the Wings need to get him off the ice, and that's what they will do. As both Cournoyer and Lidstrom both have the same rating of power, and we will move to the empty net mini chart to finish up this one here in Game 3. 6. The game is over. Stop the clock. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So the Habs do climb their way back into things, scoring 3 goals in this one as they get on the board here. But the Wings still lead it by a time frame score of 2-1. But the Habs take Game 3 by a score of 3-2. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, Game 4 will be coming up right after the Bitty Beer game summary, so stay tuned for that. But if you are watching this on the single game playlist, Game 4 will be out very shortly. And if you are watching this in the near future, Game 4 will be already out. So stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary coming up next, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. As always, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. There we go. As you can see on screen, the Red Wings still lead the 76-77 Habs by a 2-1 time frame lead. So this series could either be tied after 4 games, or we could be seeing the Wings put Team NHL in the driver's seat to have them win their 3rd time frame matchup of this Gauntlet Challenge. Anything can happen, as we are at the Forum in Montreal for game number 4 of this time frame matchup, as Joey McDonald will be in net for the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings, and Ken Dryden will be behind the pipes, will man the pipes for the 76-77 Habs. And let's get right into it with 26 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock. Let's get right into Game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin with a visitor scoring chance of a 61. Any home player with a square stops a visitor goal. Any home player with a square stops a visitor goal. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Well, guess what? The Red Wings are going to get on the board as I don't see a square out on the out there active for the Habs. So the Red Wings will get on the board early. It's 1-0. And let's see who scored the goal. 4, third best shot rating. So the best out there is Johan Franzen. The second best goes to Valtteri Filppula. And the third best is either going to go to Bertuzzi or Kronwall. I do want to keep at least the circle out there. So we're going to give the goal to Todd Bertuzzi as he scores the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Filppula and Johan Franzen will assist Todd Bertuzzi on the ice-breaking goal as the Wings are up 1-0 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We stay put in this fifth 5-minute segment here with a quality check between players 3 and 2. That's Jacques Lemaire against Yuri Hudler. We're looking for hits. Neither Lemaire or Hudler has hit, so we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 3. Van Boxmeer against Pavel Datsyuk. We're looking for hits. Neither Van Boxmeer or Datsyuk has hit, so we will move on to the next segment here in this one with the Wings up 1-0. We got a quality check between both players in 1. That's Zetterberg and Wilson. We're looking for power. Boom. Both players do not have power. So I believe that's going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 2 and anybody on the between player number 2 for the Habs and anybody on the ice for the Wings. It looks like it's really early. I think we're going to tie. So we're going to go right across from him with Dan Cleary as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that will do it for the first period here in this one. And after 20 minutes of play in game 4, the 2011-2012 Red Wings lead it by a score of 1-0. We got a quality check to begin the second period between players 1 and 3. That is Rick Chartra and Darren Helm. We are looking for power. It looks like Rick Chartra is going to win that one as he does have power. So he moves in on Joey McDonald, as he needs to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. He will do so to keep the game right where it's at of 1-0 in favor of the Detroit Red Wings. And again, I do apologize for the nasaliness in my voice. As you can tell, allergy season has started to come upon me, and sinuses really affected. So sorry, but I do apologize in advance, but let's continue on. Home scoring chance of an 11. Visitor goalie must make play save. Ken Dryden needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's Johan Franzen. At this rate, I think they're going to tie. So Guy Lapointe will... Guy Lapointe. So both Lapointe and Franzen both have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a Quality check between players 1 and 5. That's Yvonne Lambert against Nicholas Cronwall. We are looking for speed. Oh, Lambert's going to win that one over Cronwall, as Lambert does have speed. So he's going to be moving in on Joey McDonald, hopefully to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to stop the attempt. He will do so. He has been the Red Wings countering with Joey McDonald in every case there is, as we move on to the third period here with the Wings up 1-0. We got a quality check between players 2 and 4, Mario Tremblay and Brad Stewart. We're looking for the quality of smart. It looks like Brad Stewart has smart, so he's moving in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0. And Ken Dryden has really been standing on his heels, keeping his team in this hockey game. We got a quality check between players 1 and 2. That is Maury Wilson and Todd Bertuzzi. We are looking for power. It looks like Todd Bertuzzi is going to win that one, as he does have power. So Bertuzzi will move on in to Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so. And that will do it for the segment here. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 3 and 1, Jarvis and Tomasz Holmstrom. We are looking for the quality of hit. Neither Jarvis or Holmstrom has hit, so we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 54. It reads, home player in 4 stops a goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. So home player in 4, that's John Van Boxmeer. He doesn't have skill and he does not have a square. So it will be a 2-0 lead for the Red Wings. Let's see who scores the goal. 7, player with the best shot rating. That is going to be a tie between Filppula, Hudler, and Datsuk. I think we're going to give it to the Magic Man, Pavel Datsuk, newly minted Hall of Famer this for the 2024-25 season. So congratulations to Pavel Datsuk. Let's see who assisted him. Oh, unassisted. So the Magic Man does his trickery as he gives the Wings a 2-0 lead here late in the third period. Quality check between players, anybody on the ice for the Habs against Darren Helm for the Red Wings. We are looking for speed. The only 2 players out there. Oh, yep. Van Boxmeer needs to flip. It seems the only guy out there on the ice with speed is Yvonne Cournoyer. He does have speed. Helm has speed as well. So both guys have speed. That is going to do it. Stop the clock. Ooh, man, oh man. What a battle. What a late goal pushed out by Pavel Datsuk to give the Red Wings and Team NHL a chance to clinch the time frame back at Joe Louis Arena with a final score of 2-0 here in Game 4 of this time frame. The Red Wings take a 3-1 time frame lead. With that being said, if you were watching this game on the full time frame playlist, stay tuned for Game 4 coming up right after the Biddy Beer game summary. But if you are watching this on the single game playlist for this project, Game 4 will be up on my channel very shortly. And if you are watching this in the near future, check out the other games listed in the playlist. Or if you want to watch the entire time frame in of this time frame and other time frames in this project, please do check out the full time frame playlist as well on my channel. So with that being said, your final score for game 4 of this time frame, the Red Wings sneak out a little magic behind their magic man, Pavel Datsyuk, to win this one by a final score of 2-0. And stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary coming up next. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. Currently, the Red Wings lead this time frame matchup 3-1. Should the Red Wings be victorious in Game 5, it will mark Team NHL's third time frame win of this Gauntlet Challenge. With that being said, with 17 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock, your starting netminders are Michel Larocque for the Habs and Joey McDonald for the Red Wings. And with that being said, with 17 minutes and 18 seconds left, will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin Game 5 with a quality check between players 1 and 5. That's Filppula and Bouchard. We are looking for the quality of skill. It looks like Valtteri Filppula is going to win that one, as he does have skill, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Red Wings will score the first goal of the game, courtesy of Valtteri Filppula. And let's see who assisted Mr. Filppula on the play. 2 assists, it'll be the Mule, Johan Franzen, and Kyle Quincy. Assisting Filppula on the ice-breaking goal for the Detroit Red Wings. We stay in this 5th minute of this first period here with a visitor scoring chance of a 34. Visitor player in 1, that is Rick Chartraw. He creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have hit. So therefore, Rick Chartraw is going to move in on Joey McDonald, to hopefully make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save. Can't, and it's a tie game for Rick Chartraw and company, as the Montreal Canadiens get on the board with the game-tying goal, courtesy of Rick Chartraw, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lapointe and Mahavlich will assist Mr. Rick Chartraw on the game-tying goal here in this one. Quality check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Player number 3 in question will be Pavel Datsyuk. So I think we're going to go across from him with to match. Excuse me. Well, actually, we're looking for the quality of power. So if the Montreal Canadiens, the players out there for the Habs are Lambert, Van Boxmeer, and Bouchard. All 3 of them have power. I think we're going to give that opportunity to Lambert, as Datsyuk is going to lose that one. He's going to lose the quality check attempt to Yvonne Lambert, as Lambert moves in on McDonald, hopefully to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop, which he will do so. to keep this game knotted up at 1 apiece after 5 minutes have been played in the books. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Red Wings against Jacques Lemaire. We are looking for the quality of star. Looks like besides Darren Helm, Zetterberg, Hudler, Lidstrom, and Cronwall all have star. I think we're going to go with Yuri Hudler. So both guys, to tie it, both guys, Yuri Hudler and Jacques Lemaire, both have star. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against Maury Wilson. I believe we're going to go right across from him with Henrik Zetterberg as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Wings against Pierre Bouchard. We are looking for the quality of skill. It's either Holmstrom, Cleary, Lidstrom, or Cronwall. Helm does not have skill. I do want to keep at least the square out there, so we're going to go with Lidstrom. Nicholas Lidstrom will take the win, the quality check win for the Red Wings as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. 5 with a dot will do so. He stops Lidstrom dead in his tracks to keep this game knotted up after 20 minutes of play at 1 apiece as we head to the second period. Quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Helm and Van Boxmeer. We're looking for skill. Neither Helm or Van Boxmeer have skill, so we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 64. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make a spec save. Okay. Someone on the Red Wings is moving in on Michel Larocque. He needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the spec save, which he will do so, denying anyone on the Wings so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 22. Home goalie must make shot save, so Joey McDonald needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will score. Let's see who scores the goal. 11, second best shot rating. The best out there on the ice is a tie between the best out there is on the ice is going to go to Rajan Hull. The second best shot rating is a tie between Lapointe and Robinson. I think we're going to go with Guy Lapointe. Guy Lapointe will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Robinson and we'll go with Rajan Hull as for the second assist. So it'll be Lapointe from Robinson and Hull on the taking the scoring summary there for the 2-1 go-ahead goal by the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Well, in triple fours, it's going to be a fight. Let's see. Do we have any takers? Oh, we do. Brad Stewart and Mario Tremblay, I believe, both guys are looking for a rematch. As Tremblay and Brad Stewart will lock arms, then the bell sounds, and here we go. Oh, and the ref breaks up the fight. Oh, man. So a roughing match. Nobody wins. Right away, the ref breaks up the fight. So it'll be a little roughing match. Nothing happens. And that's going to do it for that segment. For this segment here in this one. And as we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 2 and 3. That is Cleary and Jarvis. It looks like Danny Cleary's going to go to the box. Doug Jarvis is going to move in on Joey McDonald, hopefully to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. He can't, and the Habs will extend their lead. It's 3-1 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens, as Doug Jarvis will score the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about it will be I do want to keep that triangle out there just in case. So we'll go with John Van Boxmeer assisting Doug Jarvis on the power play goal for the Montreal Canadiens as they take a 3-1 lead here. And I think we will stick with Joey Mack as the head coach of the Red Wings is going to stick with him. We continue on here with a quality check between both players in 3. Mahovlich and Franzen. We're looking for speed. Neither player, Franzen nor Mahovlich, has speed, and that's going to do it for this second period here. So the Habs extend their lead by 2. It's 3-1 as we head to the third period. And we begin it with a quality check between players 2 and 1. That is Bertuzzi and Chartraw. We're looking for smart. Neither player has smart. So we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 4 and 1. We have Lidstrom against Lambert. We're looking for hit. Neither Lidstrom nor Lambert has hit, and we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 24. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Okay, Michel Larocque needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the spec save. No, he can't get it, and the Red Wings will creep over a little bit closer. It's 3-2. Let's see who scored the goal. 11, second best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice is a tie between Datsuk and Hudler. The second best is a tie between Holmstrom and Kronwall. Oh, it's going to be Holmstrom. And it will be Holmstrom scoring the goal, probably off of a tip-in, as he was known for his days with the Red Wings. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about the Magic Man, Pavel Datsuk? And between Hudler and... I do want to keep that square... I do want to keep that circle out there. So we're going to go with... we'll say Yuri Hudler. So Holmstrom from Datsuk and Yuri Hudler. So probably Datsuk either shot the puck, Holmstrom tipped it in for a tip-in goal, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Habs. The Wings creep ever a little bit closer. Penalty check between players 3 and 4. That's Helm and Lapointe. It looks like Guy Lapointe's going to go to the box. Darren Helm has a chance to move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to score a power play goal to tie things up. A 4 or 5 with a dot will save it. And it will do so. This game, man, it could give it and it could take it away. Let's move on. Home scoring chance of a 52. Visitor defense player in 3. That's Jacques Lemaire. He stops a goal. He stops a Detroit opportunity with a quality roll, a power, or a square. Oh, Jacques Lemaire does not have power. Neither does he have a square. The game is tied up at 3. Oh, man, this is going to be fun. Let's see who scored it. 6. Player with the best shot rating. That's the Mule, Johan. It's either the Mule, Johan Franzen, or Valtteri Filppula. I think I'm going to go with Franzen on this one. So Johan Franzen, the Mule, goes to the goal and scores the game-tying goal and 1 assist. How about it? Valtteri Filppula will assist the Mule on this one. The game is tied up at 3-3, and we continue on. We have ourselves a quality check between players 4 and not sure if I did that right. I think I did, but we'll keep it anyway. We got a quality check between players 2 and 5, Cleary and Pierre Bouchard. We're looking for hits. It looks like Bouchard has hit, as it will end up being a 4 or 5 with a dot, or excuse me, a 1, 2, 3, or 4 will stop it for Joey Mack. He will do so, and we are going to sudden death overtime. So in sudden death overtime, the first team to score, just like in normal hockey playoffs that you see in real life, the first team to score a goal wins. Play out the same way as regulation. And let's get ready to do it. Penalty check between players 3 and 4, Datsuk and Van Boxmeer. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec save. 1, 2, or 3 can keep the game going. 4, 5, or 6 will end it. The game keeps on going. Nobody flips, and we will move on. We have ourselves a quality check between players 2 and 5. That's Bertuzzi and Robinson. We're looking for hits. Both guys have hits, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. It'll be Brad Stewart against anybody on the ice with hits. 2 guys, Canoyer and Bouchard. I think we're going to get rid of Canoyer, as he does have all the qualities. So both Stewart and Canoyer both have hits, and we are going to move on to the next, the second overtime period, with a home scoring chance of a 45. Any home player with a power play circle symbol creates a power play goal. You bet we do. Henrik Zetterberg has a chance to win the game here. A 4 or 5 with a dot will keep things going. And it will keep things going, as Henrik Zetterberg is denied. I had a chance from Michel Larocque, and we move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 4 and 5. That's Lidstrom and Bouchard. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. One of these two teams has to give. Oh man, visitor scoring chance of a 46. Any visitor player with a power play circle symbol creates a power play goal. Unfortunately, Guy Lapointe has that symbol as he moves in on Joey McDonald, hopefully to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the save. He does so, and we continue on here in this second overtime period. We got a quality check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. We're looking for power. Oh, the only guys out there with power for the Habs is Robinson and Van Boxmeer. We're going to give the opportunity to Van Boxmeer. as Darren Helm will lose that battle with Robinson. Robinson moves in on McDonald. Hopefully Joey Mack can stop him to keep this game going. He will do so. Ooh, it's like this game will never end. We go to the third overtime with a quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Stewart against Rajan Ho. The quality we're looking for is smart. Both players have smart. And in triple overtime, one of these two teams has to give. This right now is the longest games we have ever played in this time frame. Visitor scoring chance of a 12. Home goalie must make play save. A 1, 2, 3, or 4 will keep the game going. A 5 or a 6 will end it. And the game keeps going. Nobody flips, and we will move on. 1-6-6. That's a visitor choice, and the game's over. Stop the clock. Let's see who scored it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is a reroll. 3. The Mule Johan Franzen will win it for Detroit. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. How about we give that to Tomas Holmstrom? Man, oh man, the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings have won it here in triple overtime by the final score of 4-3, winning the time frame as the clock hits 0. Winning the time frame 4 games to 1 and have sealed Team NHL's 3rd time frame victory. Oh man, oh man. So again, if you are watching, thank you for tuning in to today's action here on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. If you like what you saw, a like is appreciated, and if you have not done so already, a subscription as well, and turning on as well appreciated, as well as turning on that notifications bell. So that way you won't miss out on any further new time frame matchups in this project. So once again, the final score here at Game 5, the 2011-2012 Red Wings crawled their way back to tie things up at 3 to force overtime, and it took 3 overtimes to beat the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens as they win by a final score of 4-3 in triple overtime. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary, as well as the Bitty Beer time frame summary coming up, as well as the next spin of the wheel coming up right after the time frame summary, brought to you by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season, whenever games are being played. Well, 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 it's that time once again where we take a spin of the Wheel of Fate here in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge to see who is the lucky contestant to play the Habs next for time frame number 17. We have seen so many great time frame matchups throughout this project, but hopefully Team NHL can try to get back here in the win column pretty soon. But in order to do that, we need to find out an opponent for the 76-77 Habs. Why don't we get down to it, shall we? Please direct your attention to the Bitty Beer team selector wheel. As always, every spin of the team selector wheel is presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Who's it going to be? And it looks like the 2016-2017 New York Islanders are going to be the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens next time frame opponent for time frame number 17. But between the Habs and the Isles, who's going to be the home team to start out time frame number 17? As always, please direct your attention to the Dot Cola home team selector wheel presented by Dot Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge Project. And it looks like the 2016-2017 New York Islanders will be the home team to begin this time frame time frame number 17's matchup between the two squads. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings. And again, as always, we look forward to bringing you including this time frame matchup coming up on my channel, and of course as well as so many other time frame matchups that will appear on my channel as well. And I'm excited for this next matchup. I hope you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's matchup. And as always, if you liked what you saw today, please do consider leaving a like on this video, as well as you have not done so already. Please do subscribe and turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any new time frame matchups in this project, as well as whatever videos I may post here on my channel. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup. And as always, have a great rest of your day.